Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Immigration Talk Show. I'm your host, Sam, and today you're watching Daily Immigration Dose that is streaming live at 4 p.m. EST on YouTube, and we are available on LinkedIn, Facebook, X, and on Instagram as well. So please go ahead and check out our channel, and also don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Immigration Talk Show. Our handle is at Immigration Talk Show. And friends, before moving ahead, let me read out this very important disclaimer. By watching our videos, you understand that the information shared, including user comments, is not a professional advice. So use at your own risk. Our intention is never to offend, it's just a casual exchange of ideas. All right, friends, once again, after this very important disclaimer, welcome back, everyone. I'm your host, Sam, and today we are here with another very exciting webinar that is lined up just for you today. And the great thing is that, friends, you can also join us in this webinar by dialing this number that is 425-4366335 with the access code 988888. So do join here and also let us know what do you think about today's topic. As today we are here with another very important topic. What are the key H-1B updates to keep in mind for 2025? So in 2025, we have been going through a lots of changes, lots of updates in H-1B visa category. Some changes are making people happy and some are not. But friends, we are here and we'll make sure that whether the changes are making you happy or sad, we will definitely keep you updated regarding all the changes so that you can always stay ahead of the game. And with that, friends, I have my co host Napasa Pradhan is also here. So, hi Napasa, it's so good to be here, and I hope you're doing great.
Thank you so much, Sam. It's always nice to be here. Daily Immigration Dose is what I look forward to, just to discuss and chit chat about what's going on with US immigration. So I'm happy to be back again today, and I'm looking forward for a lot of participation, especially because the H-1B season is here, and everybody's so excited about what's going to happen. And I mean, it's starting tomorrow, right? 7th of March. So it's definitely very important. And yeah, friends, I would say you can join us and tell us what you are facing. Maybe just share your experience. Maybe you're going to also file in for this year's lottery. So, all the best, also. And I'm looking forward to connect. So,
Mhm.
Sam, yes, I think with that said, we will discuss for sure about the key changes and what we should keep in mind for this year. But
Mhm.
before that, I think we also got a few news updates. So, let me start with that first.
Sure.
So this first one is that U.S. travel ban. There is a ban, and it's called U.S. travel ban 2.0. You name it, Pakistan, Afghanistan. They could face restrictions once again. So yes, our President Donald Trump is reportedly preparing a new travel ban again that could restrict entry for individuals from Pakistan and Afghanistan, citing security and vetting concerns. So, yes, I think this was expected pretty much because, as we spoke in many webinars with many attorneys earlier, they have mentioned this. And now that it's coming in, I can only imagine. So, yes, the policy, expected to take effect as early as next week, is part of Trump's intensified immigration crackdown during his second term. So yes, this move echoes his first term, what he did earlier, and it was much expected. So it targeted several majority Muslim countries and was later overturned by President Biden in 2021. But yes, the new restrictions could severely impact Afghan refugees and those holding special immigrant visas, that is SIVs, particularly the 200,000 Afghans stranded in Afghanistan and Pakistan, waiting resettlement in the United States. Well, Trump's executive order, which was issued on January 20th this year, mandates a review of countries with deficient vetting measures and with recommendations of also travel restrictions due by the 12th of March. So, definitely, supporters claim that it's necessary, for national security, and critics argue it's unfairly targets Muslim majority nations and worsens humanitarian crisis. So it's very much important to know that travel ban could exist and could come back, and it could be more severe than the last one. But yeah, I think for all of that, you also have to got to stay tuned to our channel, Immigration Talk Show, because the more updates we have, we are going to update you on this very same travel ban 2.0. So, friends, stay with us, and don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell icon so that whenever we have notifications or updates, especially with the travel ban 2.0, we're going to be the first to update you. So, yes, subscribe to us at Immigration Talk Show. And Sam, over to you if you got more news updates.
All right. Thank you so much, Napasa, for letting us know about this very important news update. And friends, I also have this another very important news update, and that is about combating H-1B visa fraud. So we all know that H-1B visa program is here to help US companies to hire skilled foreign workers when they are not enough qualified American workers. But some companies, friends, actually misuse this program, and which can actually hurt the American workers by lowering wages and taking away their jobs. And that is why the USCIS, that is US Citizenship and Immigration Services, is working to stop this abuse. They are increasing site visits and investigations to catch companies breaking the rules. I think that's very much needed. And this will help ensure that American workers are not unfairly replaced by foreign workers. Because I think this anti immigration feeling is also rising up because they think that the foreign workers are snatching away the American jobs. And taking this step may work at least to reduce the anti immigration feeling. So, anyone, including H-1B workers, can report fraud or abuse using an online tip form. Some signs of fraud include paying H-1B workers less than US workers for the same job, or having them to work that doesn't match their job description. And this is something that we all know about it. So if an H-1B worker reports fraud and loses their visa status because of retaliation from their employer, then they may still be able to extend or change their status in special case. And what can be those cases? I think by reaching out to any immigration attorney would be the best thing ever. USCIS has been also doing random site visits since 2009 to ensure companies are following the rules. But now they are focusing more on companies that rely heavily on the H-1B workers or send them to work at other locations. By making the program more transparent, USCIS also aims to protect American workers and ensure the H-1B program is also working fairly and smoothly. So, my question to you is, friends, that do you think the stricter site visits and investigations are the right approach to combat H-1B visa fraud, or do you think some other steps can also be taken? It would be great if you could let us know on the comment section because we are here to know more about what do you think about these topics so that we can also learn so many things from you. But with that, friends, I think these were the news updates that me and Napasa wanted us to address here. And without any further ado, I think Napasa, let's directly jump into our today's topic. That is, what are the key H-1B updates to keep in mind for 2025? So I think
Absolutely.
before jumping into the updates, I would also like you to know, Napasa, that what do you think? Like, why is the US government changing the H-1B visa program? What do you think about it?
For sure, Sam, I'm going to tell you about it. But also, I mean, with what you just said about fraud, it's really sad because, there are so many people who have, like it or not, but they have been exposed or, experienced fraudulent activities
Mhm.
where their future is concerned, and maybe they invested a lot of money to get into an institution, paid the admission fees, and found out that, there's no real institution even. So, it's really very sad when you think about fraud, so I really hope that people get more ethical, and as far as fraud is concerned, I really hope that the US and everybody concerned can do whatever possible to get rid of all these fraud agents, fraudulent activities, and people who suffer because of fraud. And that said, yes, coming back to what you just asked about H-1B, the why is the US government changing the US H-1B visa program, right?
Mhm.
So I think the H-1B visa program has really been under scrutiny for a lot of time, for quite some time now, for years due to concerns about fraud, like you just mentioned as well.
Mhm.
And there has also been abuse, as if we look back, we even found that Infosys was um, caught because they found out that there were a lot of people who were trying to abuse the H-1B lottery system and get a lot of visas of
Mhm.
H1B with using the H1B system. So yes, the displacement of US workers also.
Yeah.
And if you look at the US government, it aims to modernize the program, by ensuring that it benefits, both the employers and also the highly skilled foreign workers, while
Mhm.
maintaining fairness and integrity.
Yeah.
And fairness is one such issue which is much needed, which, there has been so many people who have suffered a lot earlier, and I do hope that from now on it just gets better. So yes, so one of the major concerns that has been, misissue by certain employers who file multiple petitions for same worker to increase their chances of the lottery system. And I think yes, now it has become such that no matter how many multiple registrations you have, you will be counted as one. So that is at least fair for now. And then again, continuing to it, there has been vague definition of specialty occupation, and now there's a proper definition. So it was leading to a lot of confusion and inconsistent adjudications earlier, but now I think I really hope to a certain extent it will be better. And by refining the rules, of course, the government of the United States wants to create a clearer and a more
Mhm.
transparent process. When
Yeah.
you think about it, and it reduces exploitation and also aligns job requirements more closely with legitimate workforce needs.
Mhm.
So I think this year we are going to see, of course, there are changes, there are new rules, there is a new administration, and Trump coming in for the second time. He's also much favorable. He's much favoring the H-1B process because he
Yeah.
knows about the specialty
Mhm.
occupation and how much he needs people who are really very good at their work or who are extraordinary, you can say. And yeah, said with that said, also, administrative inefficiency has also been a problem for a long time now, and delays in processing when you talk about it, excessive paperwork and inconsistent decisions also, they have been frustrating, not just for applicants but for employers also. So with all of that, I think they have kept all of these things in mind, and they have come up with these new rules that could benefit and could make it a better process for everyone in this lottery system. So yes, this year 2025, the changes are designed to really streamline these processes and making it more easier, to especially if you think about qualified
Yeah.
professionals to secure this visa, the H-1B visa, while ensuring compliance with the US labor laws. So a lot happening and a lot more to happen, but with everything in mind, I really hope that this year is more fair, and I hope the best make it.
Absolutely. So I think this was the gist, Napasa, that you have just given us, and I think that was pretty understandable. So thank you so much for taking up these very important pointers and explaining us in a very detailed way. Friends, with that, I think now we know that what can be the reason behind why U.S. government has decided to have these modifications or these changes in the H-1B system. So, with that, I think let's go with the first change that I want our viewers to know about it, and that is about the specialty occupation definition. So, I think this is one of the biggest change is how the term specialty occupation is defined. Because earlier, what used to happen, the definition of specialty occupation for H-1B visas was very broad and very vague. So it used to create a kind of confusion, and there wasn't any specific, directly related kind of thing whenever we talk about specialty occupation. As whosoever who has done any, I would say, have any STEM degrees. So, if there's any person who comes under STEM degree qualification, then that person was eligible for the H-1B visa category. And this actually created a confusion and was misleading as well. Because, for example, earlier what used to happen, if a software engineer is here to, do any job, then the employer shouldn't look for the background of any technical, background, or any background that has to do something with software engineer. If that person has done any category in STEM degree, maybe science or technology, engineering, or maths, then that person was eligible for the H-1B visa category. So that was little confusing, and that wasn't very I would say inappropriate kind of thing. Because if there's someone who is looking for the software engineer, then obviously that background should be of computer science or BTech, or maybe some technical degree should be there. And right now, the good thing is that in 2025, we have been seeing this, would say, a specific change in the specialty occupation, that now these, the employers have to look for directly related course, and it shouldn't be broad, it shouldn't be vague. And they have no choice, to look for anyone who has done, who comes under the STEM degree. But now they have to look for that specific course that is directly related to the job that they are looking for. So I think now the rules are being more specific, and the job must directly connect to the qualifying degree field. So instead of just saying that any STEM degree, your employer now needs to be more specific, and they have to say something like, I'm looking for a computer science degree person or a closely related field. So I think this change ensures that there's a clear link between what you have studied and what you're doing right now. Because it shouldn't be right what you studied something and now you're working as a very different thing. And if we talk about the H-1B visa workers, then obviously they are highly skilled, they are highly talented. And highly skilled and highly talented doesn't just mean that they are working, but also what their background was, what they have been, how their whole academic life has been. So that's what make them highly skilled, and that's what make them highly talented. It's not just a matter of 1 or 2 years they have been working in a company and they suddenly becomes a highly skilled person. No, it takes years and years, and that too starting from the graduation level, right? And that's why I think in 2025 it has been put up this change, put up this update to be more directly related, and has been more specific. So I think, Napasa, this can be the reason behind also why this change has been updated. And I think it's a good change, it's a very progressive change. And we can see that also it is going to benefit US companies as well. Because, if, for example, software engineer is there, then they are definitely going to benefit it. They have more knowledge. So it's a very safe option and a
Yes.
very better option. Yeah.
Yes, very well put, Sam, and I totally agree, and I'm sure so does America. And let's look forward what happens, especially with the redefinition, I would say, of specialty occupation.
Mhm.
And with that in mind, yes, a lot of people will have to make sure that whatever they apply, whichever job they're applying for, also relates with the line of study that they had. And yeah, I think this year is going to be more fair. Let's see how it goes. But also, I would like to actually come to our comments as well from
Yeah.
Ritika first. So, hi to Ritika Joshi. Thank you so much for joining us, and also Harpreet. Thank you for joining us. We'll take up your comments. But first, let's go with Ritika. She's saying H-1B visa 2025 remains a vital pathway for skilled foreign workers to secure jobs in the United States. But new policies emphasize hiring American workers first, of course, yes. And the rule would definitely reduce the number of applications, as it would be harder for smaller companies to find loopholes. I don't think so much, Ritika, because when you talk about H-1B, everybody wants to take part in it, they want to qualify for it. There are so many folks out there from across the globe who want to, be in this lottery system just to try their luck if they can make it. And mind you, they are not just, less qualified. They are highly qualified people who are great at their fields of work or
Mhm.
study, and they want to try their luck to be able to go live their American dream, study more in America, or maybe even work in America, especially. So, Ritika, of course, emphasizing that American workers first, but Americans do not need H-1B for that matter. So, I mean, Americans will be on their own, and also H-1B on their own, because when you talk about H-1B, it's about hiring foreign workers, right? And so, yes, I don't think so. It's going to be that effective when you talk about it. But when you talk about, yeah, I think that's all I can say
I
for
think,
now. What do you
yeah,
say, Sam?
actually, Ritika meant to say that it's going to reduce the number of applications as it would be.
But do you think so? Do you
I,
think so? I mean, of course, American
of
workers
course,
first, and there would still be
yeah.
vacancies, right? After hiring Americans, there would still be vacancies where they could hire foreign workers who are qualified, or who where America doesn't have those qualified people to fill in those
Hmm.
job positions. So I'm sure these positions will be available, and the lottery system is there, and it's opening tomorrow. So what do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. Because American first, that's what the agenda Trump's administration has come up with. And that's nothing wrong or, that's nothing to be offended of. But absolutely, that's their main, I would say, policy, to focus more on the American people. That's okay. But also, if we talk about that, is this rule going to reduce the applicants as it would be hard for the smaller companies to find loopholes? I think yes, smaller companies. May become, I would say, they may be effective with this because smaller companies don't have much fund, also because the registration fee is also being raised. Earlier it was $10 and now it's to $15. So for smaller company, in terms of finance also it will be little difficult. And also if there's a bigger company, like a better company who is going to definitely have more options, who is going to hire more applicants, maybe 10 applicants or 20 applicants. But a smaller company or a smaller organization has a limited number of applicants, maybe 4 or maybe 5. So that's really going to affect them also in terms of finance. And because obviously the fee is also increased this time, and it's not easy for anyone to file for any H-1B applicant. So their options are already limited, and for smaller company also it will become little hard. But still there are opportunities, and I think with talent and with skills and with the right proper documents and everything, they can still do it. So there's nothing I would say to worry, but it's better to be concerned, and it's better to be aware with all the changes and all the updates that's happening, because every day we have been seeing so many changes are taking place, even a small changes, that really makes a big difference. So I would say, Ritika, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and also press the bell icon so that you can stay updated with any video that we have been uploading in our channel. So yeah, I think Napasa, let's move ahead with Harpreet's comment. So please go ahead and take that one.
Okay. Yeah, so Harpreet was saying, oh, well, before that, though, Sam, good point. And yes, $215 is no joke. So I'm sure many businesses, or rather, companies are going to think before
Yeah.
they just, register people, or, given those $215 for an H-1B. So yeah, I think, yes, it's going to affect. Good point. Thank you. So Harpreet now. Harpreet is saying the new rule modernizes the definition and criteria for specialty occupation positions, and extends certain flexibilities for students on F1 visas transitioning to
Yeah.
H-1B status. It's unlikely, oh sorry, additionally, it strengthens program integrity by codifying the USCIS's authority to conduct inspections and impose penalties for
Yeah.
non-compliance. It's unlikely that this year's H-1B visa applications will surpass the last year's numbers. What do you think on it? Yes, I also think the same, Harpreet, especially, with what we just mentioned about the $215 for a registration fee is no joke. I mean, it's no more $10. Imagine the
Yeah.
hike. So I'm sure companies are going to think a lot, think twice, thrice before they invest the $215 for, all in sundry, or maybe just anybody and
Mhm.
everybody. So if only and only they really want a candidate, to be hired for
Mhm.
them, for that company, they are going to invest that money, because it's, after all, just a lottery, right? I mean, it's still not 100% that if you're investing your $215, that your candidate is going to
Yeah.
be selected. So it's still a lottery process, and companies are really going to think a lot before they just throw in all their money for these
I think,
candidates.
Nepasa, this time Trump's administration, they already said verbally that, of course, they are going to, prefer American workers first. But also in their policies, also, we can see that there are some favorism, or there are little, I would say, benefit towards the American workers. They are trying to increase the prices, or they are trying to, being more specific about the degrees or the specialty occupation definition that we just discussed. So I think these are small small pointers or small small changes that shows that Trump is obviously more towards American people, and trying to make little difficult or little challenging for the foreign workers to come and stay in the US. I think that's what I think.
Well, that too, yes. Not, I cannot argue on
Yeah.
that too much. It is true what you just mentioned, but also at the same time, I'm sure that Trump has also noticed the exploitation under
Yeah.
the same. With, if you look back to the previous years, it has also come up so many times that there have been fraudulent activities. There have been people who have been trying to
Hmm.
exploit this system, by whether you call it multiple registrations, and so on and so
Hmm.
forth, right? So I'm sure there is a way to tackle all these, and Trump is thinking that his way is going to prove it, and prove that it's going to be beneficial. So only this year's lottery is going to, prove whether these steps that he's taking are really, going to be beneficial and going to be more
Hmm.
fair. We'll just have to wait and watch. The lottery is, I mean, the filing and everything is going to be open tomorrow at 12 noon. So 7th March, 12 noon, folks. I'm sure it's going to be very important for folks out there who are filing for this lottery, for the H-1B lottery this year. And I'll just say all the best. There is still time till the 24th of March, 12 noon. So yes, there's going to be a lot. Stay with us, because we'll give you the latest updates. And for that, I would say, folks, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, Immigration Talk Show. We are not just on YouTube, but also on Instagram, and also LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, or X as we know it now. So do check us out, connect with us, follow us, and stay tuned, because we'll have the latest updates for you. Okay, so Sam, what would you like to do?
I
Talk
think,
more about the updates?
yeah, actually, I spoke right now about specialty occupation, and then we moved with the comments. So, Sachin, I would like to say that, Sachin, please wait for a while, because after some time, we are definitely going to take up your comment. And Napasa, why don't you go ahead and let us know more about the updates that has come up in 2025 for the H-1B visa?
Sorry. Yes, absolutely, Sam. And I think one more thing that I would like to highlight is about, cap exemptions, which have been expanded this year.
Hmm.
So it is a win for researchers, I would say. Yes, the H-1B program has an annual cap of 85,000 visas, as we all know, and it includes 65,000 for general applications and 20,000 for those with US master's degree or higher. So with that said, I mean, that is totally aside. There are some institutions like universities, or nonprofit research organizations and government research entities that are exempt from this cap, right? And the new rules broaden the definition of these exempt organizations, which allows more research-driven institutions to hire foreign talent without worrying about the H-1B lottery. So it's great news actually for scientists, PhD researchers, even university faculty, as it increases their chances of securing an H-1B visa without being restricted by the annual cap. So, I would say people who are very much involved in academia, I think this is good news for folks out there who want to do their PhDs or on the verge or already on it, doing a lot of research, maybe preparing their thesis. This is good news for folks out there. So yes, it has broadened the new rules. They have broadened this definition, and they have made more relaxations, you can say, or additions rather,
Yeah.
to these exempt organizations. So this
Absolutely.
year we are going to see a lot of this.
I think that's a good thing, and that's more, we can see opportunities also for the people, and they can also have a better chance at this time to get selected. At least they have the doors to open. So that's a great thing, and that's a very positive thing. So, friends, I would say that till now we are really having a great discussion, and we would also want you to join us. You can also dial here on the given number, that is 425 4366335, with the access code 988888. And we would love to have you all here, and also we would love to know, what do you think about this changes? Do you think that these changes are fair enough? Do you want to add on something to this conversation? We would love to have that. And till that, don't go anywhere, because we'll be here right after a break. So keep watching Immigration Talk Show. Meanwhile, me and Napasa will be right here. All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome back once again to Immigration Talk Show. You're watching Daily Immigration Doors, and I'm your host, Sam. And today I have joined by my co-host, Napasa Pradhan is also here. And today I think we are having a great discussion on what are the changes in H-1B in 2025 that you have to keep in mind. So, Napasa, I think we have been talking about two major changes that has been taken place. And with that, I have another change, another update that I would like our viewers to know about it. And that is increased program integrity. And that's what I think Harpreet has also mentioned. Yeah, he said about the increased program integrity. So, Harpreet, I think this is a very major point, and here are so many things that we need to discuss on. So, firstly, friends, there's a proving the job is real. So, this is a current change that taken place in this year, that employers must now have to provide a solid evidence that the job they are offering is real and not a fake one. So whether that job is office based or hybrid mode or working from home, but they have to provide a solid proof to it that yes, the job is real and it's not a fake. They need to supply details like job duties, contracts, and also work location upfront. Because if we talk about previously how this used to happen, then employers didn't need to provide much information, much documents weren't there, and the rules weren't that strict because there wasn't any specific, I would say, eye keeping on that what type of job it is, or whether it is a work from home, whether it is hybrid mode, or which mode of work was there. But now they have to provide a detailed proof of where they are working, under whom they are working, what are the working conditions, what are the job description, what are the designation, everything they have to provide with a proof. And example, if we take an example, then if you're applying as a software developer, then your employer will now need to present evidence like a job offer letter, contracts, or agreements that shows that the job really exists. Then another change is also in this, friends, that there's a surprise inspection. And this is something that's really very important because USCIS has the authority to conduct random and also unannounced site visits. That's little scary, but trust me, it's not that scary because it just sounds that there's a random or unannounced site visit, but it's only for the betterment of your thing so that you don't get misled and you don't fall into any trap, right? So they are going to verify that the job you have applied for is actually a true or is actually right or not. And your work arrangement should also match what you have been described in the H-1B application. So, friends, you have to be very much particular about it. It's not only that you have reached to US with the document and you are working in the US, under your employer and you're free enough. No, there can be any random inspection that can take place. Then you have to be very much cautious about it. That whatever the information you have been writing in the H-1B application, that has to exactly match with what you are doing right now in the US. So these are the changes, and also paperwork request is very, very important. You have to keep record of all the documents, all very, very small documents. You can't be misleading or you can't be misplacing, sorry, any document. And whether it's your job duty or whether it's your job offer letter or any document, job description letter, you have to keep it in a very good condition. And because while documentation, earlier what used to happen was requested in some cases, but the rules weren't as strict about providing detailed contracts upon. So right now the rules are very strict and you have to take care of everything because whatever can happen, and you can either put behind the bars, you can be deported, or any other action can be taken against you. So we don't want our viewers, to go with any negative process. So that is why it's very important for you all, friends, to keep yourself updated with all the changes that we are having a discussion on this topic. So yeah, Nepalsa, I think that's all from my end, and these were very important changes that I wanted to address on. So please go ahead and let us know more about the updates.
Very, very important update. And if I would like to say about another update, it's about more flexibility, for concurrent employment. So, under the old system, if you look back, H-1B workers really faced a lot of restrictions. They wanted to work for multiple employers or um, so on and so forth. There were others, and now the new rules clarify that how cap exempt and non-exempt employment can be legally combined. For example, just a small example is that if an H-1B worker is employed by a university which is cap exempt, they can also take up a part-time role in a private company which is cap subject, without jeopardizing their visa status. So this gives more flexibility, to professionals who want to work on multiple projects legally. So, it's like a professor wanting to be a guest lecturer or, wanting to give some tuitions, stuff like that. So, I think, yes, this is very much beneficial and giving a good liberty, I mean, fair liberty, I would say. So, this is good. this is a good change as well. More flexibility for concurrent employment. And excuse me. So, with that said, I'd like to read Sachin's comment, Sam, if that's fine. So, Sachin is saying the Equal Employment Opportunity
Yeah.
Commission, OC, it has intensified its enforcement against national origin discrimination, especially targeting employers that unlawfully prioritize foreign workers on H-1B visas over American employees. And yeah, I think this is good. Sachin, thank you so much for the update. And absolutely, Americans first, as we who mentioned earlier, I think it was Ritika. Ritika had also mentioned about American workers first. So when you talk about this, Sachin, also, yes, first priority is definitely going to be given to Americans, and if and only if these work positions cannot be filled in by an American, and it is going if it is a specialty occupation, and they would need to hire foreign workers, only then these job positions will be out there, for people under H-1B to file to fill in. So, yes, I think that's a very important point, and thank you so much, Sachin, as well, for highlighting this. Would you like to take up Ramesh's
All right,
comment?
let me. Yeah, yeah, sure. So, hi Ramesh, and thank you so much for your comment. He's saying the H-1B visa is designed for highly skilled professionals who meet specific qualifications. To qualify, applicants must number one, have a job offer from a US employer willing to sponsor them. That's right. The next is, he said, be offered a role that requires at least a bachelor's degree or higher. Next, have a degree in a field that is directly related to the job. Then be paid a salary that meets or exceeds the prevailing wage in the specific geographic location. Then have a combination of education and work experience equivalent to US bachelor's degree if a degree is not held. All right, thank you so much, Ramesh, for putting up these very important information, and that too, I would say, clearing up more importantly, and simplifying this very important topic, like how the process goes and what are the eligibility criterias also. Thank you so much, Ramesh. It was really great, and I really appreciate that you invested a lot of time and also did a lot of hard work also to type here. Thank you so much, but it would be great if you could also join us. That would actually given you less hard work, but that's okay. That's okay. And I can also see Kavita's comment here. So Napasa, why don't you go ahead and take Kavita's comment? She also typed a lot of things. Please go ahead and take that.
Absolutely. And, coming back to Ramesh, I think it was almost sort of an answer for Sachin. And Sachin, yes, these are the, highlights for what qualifies for an H-1B. And yeah, so going on to Kavita. Now, Kavita is saying the tech industry, which heavily relies on the H-1B program for skilled labor, has expressed concerns over potential talent shortages due to stricter immigration policies. Industry leaders highlight the struggle with restrictive policies and emphasize the severe impact on sectors needing AI skills. Yes, definitely. And with AI coming into the picture suddenly and, really overpowering so many other people and taking away rather so many jobs, where people were needed. Now, because of AI, you don't need humans so much, right? And these job positions are going away because of AI. So when you talk about it like that, yes, Kavita, definitely. Thank you so much for bringing up this point. And heavily, yes, when you talk about the tech industry, heavily they have been relying for a long time now on H-1B program for skilled labor. And yes, when you talk about tech, healthcare, these are some major industries who keep hiring folks on H-1B. So, yes, with AI coming into the picture, there has been a lot of changes, a lot of things happening, and I think it is having an impact for sure, for
Mhm.
in the industry also, majorly. What do you say, Sam?
I think, yeah, right, but I'm still not getting the answer why Kavita has said that the tech industry that heavily relies on H-1B is going to have potential talent shortages due to stricter immigration policies. I think Kavita, I would like to make the sentence a better one. There won't be any talent shortages. I think there may be immigrant shortages if we see, because, if you are concerned majorly about the immigration policies, right, then absolutely that's pretty well enough that. For immigrants, maybe this year would be a little challenging, but but the doors won't be closed. Absolutely, but I don't think that Trump's administration is really going to compromise anything in terms of talent, anything in terms of U.S. economy, anything in terms of to keep on maintaining the. Largest economy in the whole world, and that too is completely dependent upon the tech industries, the silicon valleys, right? So there won't be any talent shortages. Of course, us
Yeah.
people knows where to get those highly skilled workers throughout the world, and also in America too.
I mean, talent is there, but the question is only if they want to hire or not, or what challenges are going to come up in the hiring process, rather, especially with this Trump 2.0 and
Yeah,
Trump and his administration being so strict, overly strict with regard to immigration, right? Talent is there, it's existing, like just
yeah,
like Sam has mentioned. But the only question is immigration going to be an easy process
that's
or not?
absolutely. But still, I think, Nepasa, there won't be any shortages with talent. Maybe,
Yeah, no shortages, even
yeah,
I say
immigrants
that.
may suffer a bit. There will be challenges, but still, that's how we have to learn how to go up with the challenges and how to learn more and more things and to grab the opportunities. So I think that's the only way, friends, and that's the only way, Kavita, also. If you are looking forward, for any visa category, or if you have any more questions, not only Kavita, but to Sachin, Harpreet, or anyone, then please go ahead, friends, and let us know in the comments below. And also, we come up with lots of live shows with expert, immigration attorneys who joins us in most of the, not most, but every shows. So it would be lovely if you could also join us and ask questions over there and do participate, because that's really going to be helpful and insightful.
Absolutely, Sam. And folks, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We are Immigration Talk Show. And yes, our handle is Immigration Talk Show. We are not just in YouTube, but also on LinkedIn, Facebook, X, Instagram. Check us out, subscribe to us, connect with us. And yes, Daily Immigration Dose is what we come up Monday to Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. So if you can, do join us. And yeah, it'll be really nice to have you. Um, Also, we had Coffin. Thank you so much for your love and support. Do subscribe to us if you haven't already. So here goes to Coffin. And folks, once again, thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget to subscribe to us, and also email us maybe if you have questions and you have a case that needs attention. Maybe you need an immigration attorney to also cater to your case. Why not just write to us? You can email me at nipa@staffingly.com, or you can even email sam@staffingly.com. And I also have a phone number where you can call me or WhatsApp me. And the number is 408 335 6444. Note it down and stay in touch with us. So, this is it then for now. And Sam has already mentioned about attorneys joining in for webinars. So, we do have some very interesting webinars lined up for the coming day, which is Friday tomorrow. And tomorrow is a very important day for H-1B workers, as at 12 noon Eastern time, it's going to be open for filing. It's going to be open. So all the best for folks out there who are going to participate in this year's H-1B lottery. And yeah, this is it for now. I think we should just say bye and stay tuned and watch out our space. We are Immigration Talk Show.
Thank you, everyone.